what I got. Welcome to the Bag Hag Digest. So I didn't need another tiny bag, it's true. But I'm a bag hag, of course, so my resistance is low when I find the right price to indulge my bag fetish. And yes, fellow bag lovers, the price was right for this little guy. I picked up this little mini Metropolis from Mercari for less than 5,000 yen, which is what, $40 US? It's definitely not in mint condition, but there's no damage, no stains, no smells or anything, just a wee bit of scratching on the front buckle. I guess you could say I got it for about 1/10 of the retail price, and that's the way I like to spend my moolah. I think the main reason I got it for such a steal is that it didn't actually come with these chains, or this chain rather, which is perfectly fine by me because just like most handbags, it would have been too short. So I ventured out to Etsy land and bought a replacement chain, which looks exactly the same. Now, unfortunately, the T-bar at the end of the chain was too thick to fit through the hole, so using some pliers I had to deconstruct and then reconstruct it. So I don't know how strong it is now, but it's working. I've used it all week. This chain is 140 centimeters long, which would be perfect were it not for the fact that I lose some length due to the holes that are a little lower than the bag, and the fact that I also lose the T-bar to the inside of the bag. But still, it's long enough for me. And I think it looks just great. And it's pink. Who would have thought, me in pink? It's not exactly the color that matches everything. It has a, you know, a little je ne sais quoi to a neutral outfit, or even can mix with some reds and other pinks actually. And here's the great thing about this bag. It can fit quite a lot. I've never seen a Chanel mini square flat bag, but I've learned that this bag has exactly the same capacity. So if you, like me, lust after that Chanel flap mini square, but fear that your wallet will never forgive you, this is definitely an alternative to consider. I'll try to remember to put the dimensions of the bag in the description box below this time. Now, this particular model of the brand is different from the current mainstream mini Metropolis on 2 counts. First, it's got this top handle. I usually don't like the aesthetic of top handles on crossbody bags, but this does add functionality because you can A, obviously pick it up from the handle, and B, it gives you the option of taking off the chains, or in my case, just chucking them in because my chain situation doesn't allow me to take it off. And you can just put it inside the bag and use it as a top handle little clutch. Also, if I pull on the straps from the inside, I can lower the profile. The second way it differs is that it has no feet on the bottom, which is different from the other Metropolis bags. I should tell you there's a similar model to this, sometimes confused with the Metropolis, and that is the Julia bag. And like this one, the Julia has no feet. It's a little wider in profile. The card slots, there's card slots on the inside instead of a wide pocket that this one has. And it's got a wider, sleeker looking clasp, but with no lock and key. Oh yeah, the key. I forgot to mention the key. Hold on.
Please wait a moment.
Okay, so it came with this little guy too that you attach to the handle. And I don't really like to dress up my handbags with accoutrements like charms and clochettes, so I took this thing off and woo! I won't be using it. I think this bag is already young and girly enough, which are 2 things I'm not. And if I added on the key thingy, I think that would bring it even more spunky, funky, cutie. Not me. Well, maybe at heart. I don't know. So, the Metropolis flat bag has been around for a while. Furla itself started as an Italian company or family business that opened its storefront in 1955 in Bologna, although the brand had been around since 1927, I believe. They started expanding globally in the 1970s and 80s when the house was taken over by Aldo Furlanetto's children, Paolo, Carlo, and Giovanna. Today, Furla bags can be found in something like 100 markets, so I'd call it a key player in the handbag scene. The bag has about 100 years of craftsmanship and artisanal expertise, so that makes it a reputable company from which to procure a decent handbag, in my humble opinion. It's also from Italy, a country that is renowned for the excellent leather used in crafting long-lasting goods. Furla's got some decent iconic bags now, like the Piper, the Metropolis, and those jelly candy Boston bags that I lusted after for a while, until I found out how disproportionately heavy they were, and I was off it. So Furla has it all. The history, the heritage, the craftsmanship. I mean, the quality of this little bag is there. The leather is thick and feels and smells great. The edging is also thick and sturdy. The material is solid and the stitching is good. And despite it being an old brand, they've kept on trend over the years while maintaining a sort of timeless elegance. A topper to it all is that compared to other high-end brands, if you buy retail, the handbags from this brand won't break the bank as much as your luxury brands like Gucci, YSL, or just Saint Laurent these days, Chanel or Hermes. And I recently found out that as of this year, you won't be finding any Furla handbags adorned with fur. This is a good thing, I think, indicative of a forward-thinking, eco-ethical mindset that's lacking in many luxury brands today. Personally, I've never been one for adorning or accessorizing myself with actual pelts, but I do love leather, and I absolve myself of some guilt by buying secondhand. Okay, so I babbled for some time now, so let's see what fits inside this little gem. So you can see here that I'm in different lighting because the bag is looking a bit more red cast than pink, but I assure you it is a very more pastel-y like salmon pink than it's coming off right now. In any case, let's open this guy up. I have tried to stuff it as much as I can to show you what fits. I can actually fit my sunglasses in on the top, and these are not exactly tiny either. These are my prescription sunglasses. I suppose if I put them in a bag that didn't have this metal, what's it called, pinching unit on the side, it would fit a bit better, but it does fit. And then just a few things today. I've just got my key case, which has cash and cards. This is a clé from Louis Vuitton in the damier bin. I've got my change purse as usual in red. And that's all except for the big unit here, which is my little bag that goes with me pretty much everywhere. In fact, yes, everywhere. And in it, I have to do a video of what fits. Oh, have I done a video of what I put in here? I really should if I haven't. But this is my catch-all and it goes everywhere. If my bags don't fit it, I tend not to use the bags, to be honest. So that's that. And as you can see on the inside, it's just an open square buckety thing. And there is one slide compartment, which is really useful. It fits a bunch of cards essentially. And as I mentioned, the Julia bag has card compartments, but I think I prefer this because you can fit a lot more in. It's more versatile. And that is it. And on the back, there's no slip pocket mechanism, which is a shame, but it keeps the bag simple looking and gorgeous. This is what the T-bar looks like on the inside. There's a special name for these types of chains. I'm not sure what they're called. I just call it a T-bar. Yeah, it works. So there you are, my lovelies. Thanks for watching my reveal of my newest handbag acquisition. I'm going to try to control my spending habits for a wee while now, although I do have another reveal or two lined up for you, as well as some bag chit-chat. So do make sure you're subscribed and ring that little bell if you want to hear more from Trina. That's me, your kooky bag hag. Bag hag, signing out. Mwah.